Hey-o, hey. Look at my hair. I look ridiculous. I can't do this without a hat. Perfect. Subscribe now so that you don't even have to worry about it at the end of the video when I'm telling you to. We had midterm elections. It's been a few months since I've done this, so let's just get right to it. The VA recently and over the past few years has been investing in riot gear. Why do they need riot gear? What the heck? Link below, you can find it right there. There are so many deaths related to the Veterans Health Administration. Oh my gosh. Recently, there was an 84-year-old veteran in Florida that passed away because he had deterioration of the flesh around his genitals. I am so sorry, York Spratling. No one should ever have to endure that. The article goes into detail about not just York's situation, but other patient situations at the nursing home, and it just seems really atrocious. This one, there was a police altercation with a veteran who passed away in Springfield. It was in Kansas City, not Springfield. It's really, I mean, the guy already had surgery for a hernia, and then he was pulled over and he just gave off the wrong vibe to a police officer and ended up getting a traumatic brain injury and later passing away from the injury. His son was actually there when he was taken into police custody and watched the whole situation take place. The last death that I'm going to talk about is Marine Colonel Jim Turner, who took his life in a VA complex parking lot. And he was sitting on his medical records and wrote a suicide letter telling the VA, quote, "I bet if you took a look at the 22 suicides a day, you'll see the VA screwed up in 90%. He said, "I did 20 years, had PTSD, and still had to pay over $1,000 a month healthcare." He was actually not the first, but the fifth veteran to take his own life while seeking treatment at the Bay Pines VA campus. Colonel, I'm so sorry. He had 2 kids and they've got a GoFundMe. The link is below. Check it out and donate what you can. All right, so on to a little bit more uplifting news. I'm actually going to be doing episodes in the future about veteran homelessness, veteran suicide, and I hope you'll check them out. Oh, my laundry's done. I want to work with a few brands in this coming year with regular veteran and one of my favorite YouTube channels. Holy crap, Dan Mace, you're the man. Brie. Another one of those YouTube channels. Yusha Thomas, check them out. Awesome. Ooh, Rudis? You ever heard of Rudis? I think I might have to put those on. Those are my favorite. Sweats, chilling. I'm just gonna be chilling at home all day, so might as well. So, anyways, as I was saying, Yusha Thomas, man, I'd love to work with you guys. Love what you're doing, and you can see the nipple. This is an Instagram. Man. T-shirts! I got t-shirts! I got t-shirts! Hey, I got a t-shirt! I got a t-shirt! Oh! I didn't really know how to bring that up, so if you want a regular veteran t-shirt, hit me up. If you're gonna be a billboard, might as well be a billboard for regular veteran. Back to the news. We definitely have to talk about Robert Wilkie. If you look at ProPublica, the headline is VA shadow rulers had sway over contracting and budgeting. If you look at USA Today, it says, "Are Mar-a-Lago cronies running VA? Secretary Robert Wilkie owes answers to veterans." If you look at CNN, it says VA Secretary gave inaccurate answers on pro-Confederate ties during confirmation process. Oh, That's something different. Robert Wilkie, the VA Secretary, in his confirmation was asked about some speeches that he gave, and he downplayed his involvement in what was a Confederate veteran. I don't really give a shit to look at Robert Wilkie's speech, and it was published in a Confederate Veteran magazine. I don't really give a shit to look at Robert Wilkie's speech, and anybody that's pro-Confederacy, I'm from the South. I was born in Arkansas. I grew up between Arkansas and North Carolina. I know I don't speak for everybody down there, but it just boggles my mind that people are pro-Confederacy when they were clearly the losers and fighting for the wrong things. Wilkie underscored that he proudly served in Condoleezza Rice's National Security Council staff, and both committees and the full Senate confirmed him overwhelmingly for the position. Yeah, okay, whatever. I saw a transcript on NPR about Robert Wilkie and what he was saying about the VA and its instability, and he's saying they're on cruise control. They're chilling now. There's death that surrounds the VA, and yet he's chilling. That doesn't sound good, but Robert Wilkie came in, and it pretty much looks like everything that he's doing is to privatize VA healthcare. When they say the VA shadow rulers or the Mar-a-Lago cronies, they're talking about three guys: Marvel Entertainment CEO Ike Perlmutter, Palm Beach concierge Dr. Bruce Moskowitz, and financial consultant Mark Sherman, all members of the President's Private Club. So apparently there was a meeting there. They went there. Everybody convened, and they had really large sway on what happened at the VA with the $10 billion contract that went to Cerner. Because no one pays attention, everyone is kind of not really understanding all the letters that are being aligned in the alphabet soup, but pretty soon we're gonna see those letters align and it's gonna say privatization. Secretary Wilkie says in his NPR interview that he has not heard any conversation about privatization whatsoever. But if you look at the Mission Act, you can see that that's where they're moving. So it's really kind of crappy because there's no one there to actually push back. I highly encourage you to check out NPR segment. The link is below. It's really great. It gives you an insight as to Robert Wilkie. That's pretty much all I can actually say about Robert Wilkie. I'm a little bit standoffish of what he's doing. I think it kind of seems to me like he's just doing the things that he's told, really. It doesn't seem like he has too much actual leverage, backbone, or pull over what actually happens. It seems to me like the decisions were already made and he's just rolling with it. To give you a better idea of the VA secretary, let's just...
To the nation's 20 million veterans and to our 380,000 VA employees. At VA, the season of giving lasts all year long, leaving little to celebrate besides the final few months of victories when both sides pause to celebrate Christmas.
If you look at the Military Times and you look at the stripes, you'll see two of the same story with very different headlines. One is the number of vets in Congress appears to be headed down. The other is wave of veterans could win congressional seats in Tuesday's midterm elections. Both are true. Overall, the number of veterans statistically is headed down, and a wave of veterans did win midterm elections last month. So that's awesome. Two notables that I'm very excited about. You probably saw Dan Crenshaw on SNL. His personality seems amazing. I don't know his politics. I'm not getting into politics here, but way to go, Dan. And Mikey Sherrill. How's it said?
I'm Mikey Sherrill.
Okay, perfect. And they both won, which is amazing. We actually had 16 new elects come in as veterans and 150 candidates nationwide that were going out in midterm elections. So the numbers in Congress, they're actually declining, and they have been since the 70s, but that isn't all that surprising, considering that there's been a population boom and veterans take up less and less of the percentage of the American population. When I was listening to the news about elections and how many veterans were being elected nationwide, I listened to an NPR segment, and it was awesome. I heard about With Honor, and it's a pledge that veterans are taking across Congress to put principles before politics. And you can go on their website, the link's below, and it's really cool. Check it out. It's a pack, so all the veterans, I don't know how many or who, I just know that it exists, and there are veterans that are taking part in it. They also have a YouTube, and their YouTube is just With Honor. I'm subscribed to their YouTube, and you should be subscribed to my YouTube. Subscribe, 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 subscribe. That is gonna conclude our episode. I'm gonna have at least 2 episodes a week coming this entire next year. I'll be back next week with another episode. Thanks for watching. I'm Scott. This is Regular Veteran. I'll see you on the internet.